Hi everyone, I'm Laura and this is Go Simply. Today we're going to do a walking workout with a weighted vest. So this is a workout that's safe for osteoporosis, for knees, for arthritis. I have just been recently diagnosed with osteoporosis, so I am working through myself new workouts that are safe for me and still effective because I am someone who does work out regularly, so I want challenge, but I need to be safe. So I have spoken with my doctor, and a weighted vest is something that's safe for me. If you don't know if it's safe for you, it would definitely be beneficial to talk to your doctor first and make sure that's something that's okay for you. But weightlifting is an important part of keeping yourself strong with osteoporosis so that we can avoid injury, avoid falls that would lead to injury, and things like that. So we're going to go through a freestyle warm-up, and then we'll get into 30 seconds of walking, followed by 30 seconds of we're going to do lower body specific today, so we'll wear the vest through the walking and the lower body moves, and then I will take you through a freestyle cool down. If this sounds like a workout that interests you, give me a thumbs up. Please share this workout with a friend, do it with a friend, get others to join our community so that our channel can grow. So when you're ready, meet me back here. Okay, we're just going to start with a bit of a freestyle warm-up here, so just moving the legs a little bit, and let's add in a few sort of shoulder rolls to the back, and then alternate them with some to the front. We're not going to count how many we're doing, just sort of get, you know, the blood flowing, the body moving. And then we can just sort of take it out to the side a bit, a little. Again, this isn't the workout yet, we're just getting a little bit of movement through our joints. And side to side is extremely important. It's not a motion that we do regularly in our days. We tend to walk forwards. So side to side is a good motion for our hips. And then if you can, take it just wide and do some sort of body weight squats here. Again, we really want to make sure that we're sticking that bottom out behind us. Knees pretty much aligned over the toes as best you can, keeping a flat back. We'll just do a few of these. And then let's turn back to the front and let's take our legs wide and let's just sort of lean off to one side and then lean off to the other. And you can add a little bit of an overhead reach here. Make sure to be keeping the spine nice and long. So we're not going to do any twisting. That's something that I am no longer really supposed to do, is any twisting through the spine. It does put me at risk for fracturing vertebrae in my spinal column, which is something I do not want to do. So we will avoid any of those types of movements today. Okay, and then bring those feet back in and let's just do some knee lifts. So I'm just raising the knee up and down, and I'm having my arms go up to get my heart rate up just a little bit. So we'll do a few more of these. And then we'll just do some walking jacks. And then I think that will be good. We'll do a few more of these. Let's do 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. So that should be good for a little bit of warm-up. I'm just going to keep my legs going as I chat for a minute. So I'm going to put on my vest and get my timer set up, and I will come back here and we will get started with the main portion of the workout. Okay, so we're going to start with walking first, so 30 seconds of walking. I have my vest on. It's fitting pretty snugly. Okay, so we're just going to start our walking, and so just like we do in all of our other walking videos, we're just marching our feet and swinging our arms, and the vest is just giving us some added compression Walking is a weight-bearing exercise on its own. It doesn't generally tend to be enough weight-bearing for those of us who are a little bit on the younger side, so like under 70. So now we're going to do a stationary lunge. So it doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides. So just lunge down. We're going to keep it stationary right now. So I'm going all the way down and letting my knee just about tap the floor. So walking on its own, while a good weight-bearing activity, if we want to help to keep the bones stronger, it can be good to add a little bit of weight if that's something that's safe for you. So whether it be hand weights or a weighted vest. Okay, and now we're going to go back to walking. So remember which leg you had forward. We're going to do the other leg next time around. So from everything I have learned, from when you are picking a weighted vest, you want something that's about 5 to maximum 10% of your body weight. So I'm currently wearing an 8-pound vest, and even though I am someone who does, okay, we're going to get ready to do that stationary lunge on the other leg. Even though I am someone who works out every single day, when I add it to walking or doing like a body weight workout like that, otherwise body weight except for the vest, it really increases the intensity. And you have to sort of start in small amounts. So this workout is just over 20 minutes, about 22 minutes. And that'll be enough. That will be, I will feel this by the end for sure. And it will take a little bit for my back to recover from it. It is definitely improving my muscular endurance. And even though I've only been using it for about a week or so now, I'm noticing a difference in the muscle mass that I have. It's much more toned. I feel stronger, and those are excellent benefits of a weighted vest. So now we're going to do a side-to-side lunge. So we're going to go down and back to center, and then go to the other side and back up. So you could do this workout using like a small weighted ball, or even holding a dumbbell. The great thing about the vest is my arms are still free to do something else, which is great. So I can use them for balance or for pumping my arms when I'm doing the cardio part. Okay, and back to marching or walking. And again, move around like always. Move around, you don't have to stay in one spot. And so I know there's some really strong people out there who use a weighted vest, and they're doing dumbbells, and they're doing barbells, and they're huge, and they're very strong, and they do muscle competitions, and I'm not. I'm just trying to help with my osteoporosis. So now we're going to do a rear leg raise. Doesn't matter which leg, because we will do both. So here we have to balance, and the weight can actually help with a stationary balance, and we want to keep the leg that is holding us up a little bit bent so the knee is not locked. And we're raising our leg back, but not arching in the lower back. If you wanted to add extra cardio, you could always raise your arms with it. And let's go back to marching. So you don't need to have osteoporosis to wear one of these. And you don't have to wear it during this workout to still get the benefits for your bone building, for your bone strength. You could use it, say, if you just wanted to go for a little walk through your neighborhood, if you were going for a small hike. And I would really suggest, okay, we're going to switch and do that rear leg raise on the other side. With my experience, again, you need to speak with your doctor. I would suggest starting for a short amount of time. So again, we're just lifting this leg back, but really not letting the lower back arch very much, if at all. When I first got mine, I was like, okay, I'm going to work with this osteoporosis because I'm in my 40s. So to have osteoporosis now was a bit of a shocking. Okay, I'm back to marching. It was a bit of a shocking diagnosis for me. I know my mother has it, and my grandmother before she passed had it as well. So I am not I wasn't going to be surprised to have osteoporosis one day. I was just surprised to have it right now. You know, I have a healthy diet, I work out, and it was like, oh, okay. And I'll admit, at first I was crushed. So now we're going to do a prisoner stand-up. So we're going to come down on our knees, and we're going to come up to standing, and then switch legs, go back down and come up. Now, if you really want to make this challenging, you can put those hands behind your head, and that'll get your heart rate up. Or if you want, it's also really challenging for your balance, but you can pump your arms if you like. So I did, I won't lie, I cried when I first found out. I was like, oh my goodness, what is my life going to look like, right? I'm hoping for a good number of decades to come. Okay, we're gonna go back to walking. And I was really nervous. And I live in an area that has winter, a lot of ice. You know, definitely higher risk of falling. I'm not in a climate with palm trees, I'm in a climate with evergreen trees. So, not necessarily the climate I would choose for myself, and especially now with this diagnosis. So we are going to do a knee lift. So we're going to stand on one leg, and we're just going to lift up the knee of the other. And if you can, try not to even tap it down. We're really working on our balance here and our center of gravity. The hip flexor is getting some excellent work, but it's because the big thing with osteoporosis, as I just mentioned, I live in an icy, snowy area, is making sure we don't fall. Impact with the ground is very high risk for breaking bones. Okay, so back to marching. Oh, even if you don't have osteoporosis, it's high risk for breaking bones. So learning to have, you know, a sort of exceptional balance to make up for the sort of the loss that you will have in bone mass. If you can keep yourself from falling in the first place, you lower your risk of injury. So again, now we're just switching legs and trying not to put it down in between if we can. If you want, you can put your arms out to the side. If you need to start holding on to something, or if you just want a chair close by just in case, or be close to the wall, absolutely. And then if you can, if you're nice and close to that wall, try to just hold your hand near it so that if you start, then you can easily catch yourself. Okay, back to marching. So I said before, and I lost my train of thought because I do that a lot when I chat through a whole workout. I cried, and my husband was extremely supportive, and my kids, I did decide to share it with my kids. They're in their early teens now, so they're not little kids, so they have a very good understanding. And at first they were nervous as well, and then they started to talk through it with me, and they're like, there's lots we can do, Mom. So we're going to do a transverse lunge, alternating, and we're going back on a diagonal here. And again, it's just getting some good mobility and strength through the hips in a slightly different angle than just going side to side or front to back. And so we came up with what are things we can do. I can't let this diagnosis get me down. It's a scary diagnosis. But there are lots of people who live with osteoporosis. Let's go back to the beginning, or sort of that pre-osteopenia, like pre-osteoporosis, where the bone loss has already started, but it hasn't degraded to such a point that it's osteoporosis. And there's lots of young people who have this. It's not just me. I'm not the only one out there in the world. I'm sure many of you do, and if you do, let me know so that, you know, we can chat about, or if you know someone, even if it's not you, but you know someone. Okay, we're going to do a side leg raise now. We're really working on some balance here. So we'll do both legs, so it doesn't matter which one you want to do first. And we can sort of share ideas and topics and things that work as you try to increase or at least stabilize your bone mass, and how you have coped with sort of the shortcomings that you face now. Okay, and we're going to march again. But I have really taken to the weighted vest. I actually find it pretty comfortable. I found this one, again, I'm in Canada, so I found this one at Canadian Tire. It was $50. It's not a small amount of money. I understand that. For us, it was not a small amount of money. But we felt it was a worthwhile investment for what I'm facing. And so now we're just going to do that side leg raise on the other side. And again, we're trying to be tall through the body. So it's just the leg raise. It's not my whole body that's tilting over. It's just the leg that's coming up. And investing in my future health. And it can be used by other people, right? Like my daughter can use it just to do some exercising. Like you don't have to have osteoporosis or osteopenia to have one of these, right? Anyone can use one. Okay, and then walking. Let me know if you want a video specifically on the weighted vest, what they're like, the different styles. This one is shorter because I'm a woman, so again, if I were to get a big one, it just wouldn't fit. It would hit my hips. This one is also adjustable at the side. Some of them aren't. This one, the weight though, is not adjustable. It's 8 pounds no matter what. You can get ones where you can take weight out and put weight back in. So now we're just going to do an alternating reverse lunge. And again, I'm going to make it more challenging by raising my arms up. That makes my balance a little bit more challenging. But you certainly don't need to do that. You can put your hands on your hips if you would like. Or you can just sort of clasp them out in front of you. It's whatever works for you, whatever you're feeling today. You may find if you're new to a weighted vest, and let's go back to marching, that you can get halfway through this workout and then you're starting to really feel your back. It's okay to pause it, take off the vest, and continue the workout, and then slowly add. Maybe you can start with the first 2 exercises, and then the next time you do the workout, keep it on for 4 exercises and sort of slowly build your way up. Unlike me, I put it on and I decided to go for a nice walk with my neighbor for 45 minutes. We're going to do a sumo squat, so legs out wide, toes slightly turned, knees going out over those bent out toes. Nice flat back, pelvis tucked under. So we were gone for like 45 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer. I came home, I needed a massage. It was really maybe a little bit more than I should have started with. It was not, I didn't injure myself, thank goodness, but it probably wasn't smart to do. Okay, back to walking. We only have one more exercise to do. So this is our last walking segment, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's our last walking segment. Don't get mad at me if it isn't. So I have slowly been increasing since then, and I can do about, 25 minutes to half an hour now per day. So now we're going to do foot stomps. So I'm literally going to 1, 2, 3, march, march, switch sides. 2, 3, march, march, 1, 2, 3, march, march, 1, 2, 3. If that step in between is getting you all caught up, then just switch legs and stomp. Believe it or not, the stomp is really important for us trying to build bone strength. Okay, so I was wrong. We're walking now. I was wrong. We still have one more exercise, only I can't tell which one that I missed on my schedule here. I have it all written down and somehow I missed one of them. So we're just going to add something in. I know what I missed. I missed the side to side shuffle. So let's add that in right now. So we're literally just going to go 1, 2, 3, and then back. Sorry about that. I have it written down. You'd think I'd be able to follow the numbers 1 through 15, but apparently today, that's not my thing. So I do apologize for that. Just a few more seconds here. Okay, Excellent job, everyone. So I am going to take a moment and take off my vest and then come back and we'll do a cool down without the vest on. So take a moment, get your vest off, grab a quick drink of water, and come on right back. Okay, so we're back. I no longer have my vest on. Let's just sort of move those legs a little bit, and again, we'll shrug those shoulders just like we did in the warm-up. My vest is made of neoprene, which is lovely. It makes it really nice and comfortable, and yet when I take it off, I can feel where the sweat was, which is lovely, I know. But like I said, I'm actually really loving the vest. So let's just lean off to one side. And if you can, let's get a nice stretch through that inner thigh there. We'll just hold that for a few moments. And then we will switch off and do the other side. And I'm not putting too much pressure on here, so it's kind of like I'm working this leg and yet stretching this leg. Okay, and we're going to come up and we're going to do a hip flexor stretch. So roll those hips under and try and make it nice and flat through the front of the hip and thigh here. And then we're just going to switch and do the other leg. I'll turn around so that you can see better. We're going to do a quad stretch, so I'm going to grab my one foot, get my knee pointing straight down to the floor. I look at one spot and my balance is good enough that I don't need to hold on to something. But if you do, no shame in that, absolutely. Grab a chair to hold on to, go over closer to the wall. You can face the wall and just put your hand in front. It doesn't matter if the wall's off to the side or in front. And then we will switch and do the other leg. If that's not an easy stretch for you to get into for the quadriceps, there are some seated versions of it that I can show you in some other workouts for sure. And then let's quickly come down to the ground here. And let's do a couple more inner thigh stretches. So let's do the butterfly stretch. Put those feet together and push those. My cat is behind the curtain over there, and she's sharpening her claws on this carpet, which she knows she is not supposed to do. So she's hiding behind the curtain so that I cannot scold her. Boot, you're mischievous. Okay, and then we're going to do another sort of inner thigh stretch, but it's also good for our quadratus lumborum, which is the lower back. So we're going to open our legs up nice and wide here. And then just sort of lean forward again a bit, not bending through the spine, just leaning forward, going from the hip. And then I'm going to do a reach off to this side. I'm okay to do this. And arm overhead. And then slowly come back up to center, and I'm going to go to the other side. You may not. I was told not to twist the spine, but I was still okay to lean. That may change as the years go by. That's why it's important to see your doctor or your physiotherapist so that they can assess what you can do and what you're capable of. I'm fortunate in that I'm coming into this osteoporosis having always been an active person. So just back to center here. And so there are some things where they're like, if it doesn't hurt, if you're feeling no discomfort at all, then keep doing them with caution and listen to your body. So you'll have to see what your doctor or physiotherapist says for you. Okay, Okay, so we can bring those legs back together. Thank you so much for joining me today and for going through. This is the first sort of osteoporosis friendly, specific friendly video that I have done. And this is definitely, it's a learning curve for me, and it's where I need to go for my own body. So please let me know in the comments below, do you have osteoporosis, or do you know someone who does? What do you do to keep healthy? Help me figure out things that I can continue to do, and we can support each other through all of this. So please let a friend know about our channel so that we can grow. From everything I hear, giving a thumbs up is a really good thing for the algorithm, so I would appreciate if you would do that. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next workout.